Hey guys, welcome back to Nice Junk. This video kind of took a little bit of a twist. I was converting the canister style oil filter to a spin-on. I was using the Mr. Gasket kit. It failed. But I turned around and bought a Trans-Dapt, and that saved the day. So stay tuned. Watch how bad the Mr. Gasket one is and how great the TransDapt 1024 is. And today we're going to be converting this old style canister oil filter to a more modern day kind of oil filters on here. And you ask, why are we doing that? For one, it's way more common. These are starting to be hard to find. The replacement cartridges. You have to order them in every time. And, with a spin-on oil filter, you'd be able to go straight to the auto parts store. They'll carry them. And it's just easier, faster, cleaner. And not saying the old way wasn't good, but the new way in this case is better. So for this job, we're going to probably need some socket sets, oil drain pan, an oil filter, of course the Mr. Gasket 1270 conversion kit. Let's see, possibly a gasket scraper, maybe a pick tool, your basic stuff. If you got a torque wrench, sure. It's not necessary. It's only 10 to 15 foot-pounds of torque. So basically, tight by hand, you're going to be good. Step one, you're going to want to drain the oil. So first, I like to do the drain plug. Okay, just going to pull that out. I'm going to make sure I'm in the right position. Whoa. So just got to move that this way. And this is why I keep cardboard on the floor when I'm doing this kind of stuff. You never know where that oil is going to start making a mess. Like, look at that, eh? It's dripping there. So take a few minutes, let that drain. Step number 2, I'm going to remove the oil filter canister. Wonder if I can do, yeah. Put that in my pocket. Okay, we're already seeing where that's going to drip. What a mess. Should have done this with gloves. See, and this is why this isn't a great system. Okay, so now I'm going to pull that out. And we're going to let that stuff drip. Next, I'll replace the pan plug. This guy right here. Come on, focus. It's not going to focus. Maybe it will. I've inspected the washer. Yes, there's a metal washer. This washer is still good. I'm just going to throw it back in here. I'd like to do them right away, right after I finish draining, because then you don't worry about forgetting. So I like to do things in a certain way that I never forget what's going on. Get my socket. And this doesn't have to be crazy tight, just like that. So now let's discuss the white elephant in the room. Um, Oil filters. What do you do with your old oil filters? I myself throw them in a bucket, and when I go to the scrapyard, I just throw them in shred, just like that. Let me grab a rag. And then oil. It's not okay to be pouring it in your back alley or down your sink. You need to get rid of this stuff properly. Almost every city at their city dump has a recycling program. Mine takes used oil for free. They'll even take the oil filters, but I'd rather get a few cents for it than, you know, just throwing it away. And so collect your oil, bring it down to the city dump. If you have a friend with a mechanic shop, he'll have a used oil vat. Give it to him, and he'll get recycled responsibly. New oil will be made out of it. Yes, I know companies say they don't, but they do. A certain percentage of motor oil is recycled into new product. So I just dump it like that. And I throw everything in here. I throw the tranny fluid in with the gear oil and the motor oil and anything that's an automotive fluid, I put right in this bucket. Once it's full, I take it and get rid of it responsibly. You want to remove these two bolts from the bypass plate. Pull the bypass plate off because there's a rubber O-ring in here. Pull that out. So as you can see, mine is very clean. You would have to scrape that if there was gasket, but since mine was a rubber O-ring, came out easy, no residue. But if you do end up having to scrape that, make sure you don't gouge the metal because that makes it bad. Take some brake clean, give that a good little squirt. You can use solvent, whatever you want. I like brake clean because it's what I have. Now in the kit, they give you this big O-ring. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place that up there somehow. I don't know how it's going to stay up there, but it's supposed to. Take this rubber washer on the opposite side, this opposite side of that, this side, just fit it in that groove. Make sure it's nice and tight. Let's see. It's installed right is if you can do that and it doesn't drop out. Next, you're going to take the bypass plate that you took off your car earlier, and you're going to run this other O-ring around it. I know the instructions say put it up in the cavity. You're never going to do it. It's not going to happen. This might not even happen. Man, oh man. This is dumb. Like that. And place this over top. And why does that not look right to me? Or does this go this way? So guys, the Mr. Gasket one, I put back in the package. It's garbage. It won't fit properly. The gasket comes with it is horrible. When I put the two pieces together, there's an 1/8 inch gap. I don't trust it. It's going to leak oil. So before I went too far, I just put it back in the package. It's going back to the parts store. In the meantime, I ordered off Amazon this TransDapt oil filter adapter, number 1024. And we're going to open it up and see what's inside. So right off the bat, you got instructions on the cover. You got a mounting plate. This replaces the bypass valve because they suggest using a Wix filter, and I'll show you that. It has a bypass valve built in. There's a way nicer O-ring that is actually round. Another 3-hole gasket. 2 Allen bolts. Threaded nipple. And this really cheap, I don't know, can you see that? This really cheap stamped steel nut. I'm sure it's fine. Then they give you these stickers, Hebman headers, TransDapt, Hamburger's performance products, and Hedman Hustler. So those are great toolbox stickers. And I think this is the way I'm going to go. So let's put this on. Oh yeah, an oil filter. So it's a Wix number 51515. The bypass valve is built right into this. So that's even better. Every time you change your oil, you're changing your bypass valve. Always new. I don't see a downside to that, do you? I'll put both those products in the description for the Amazon link, and of course it's an affiliate link. If you buy off of this video, you'll support the channel. So that little 3-hole gasket, and I'll show you once we get to the car. I just put a little bit of RTV on the one side. I have it stuck up in the hole exactly where it needs to be. I'm just going to give that a few minutes to set up, like 20 or so. It's kind of my thing. And now we're going to put the adapter together. So here's this nipple, and if you could see right here, there are some buggered up threads. That is so you don't over screw it in. That goes into here. I'm going to do that with some blue thread locker. The one I'm using is Permatex, I think. Blue thread locker. If I held it the right side up, you could actually read it, get my fat fingers out of the way. Just going to take the cap off. Now, I'm just going to put it on the fitting part, across all those threads in one spot. That tastes good. And then put the cap back on. And again, so this way, the short piece goes in. Just screw it in. Just do it as tight as you can. Once the thread locker locks in, that's not coming out, so you'll be good. This plate here, I actually put a little tiny bit of RTV ultra black silicone on that lip. Installed the O-ring. Made sure I cleaned up any residue just to make sure it doesn't slip on us. Again, I'll let this part sit for about 20 minutes and we'll finish the installation. So now I'm just gonna put this up in here, get it started. Anyways, come on. Gotta love it when you can't see. Some thread locker on this one. I don't understand. All dirt in the hole. So the bolts that came with these were too small. I've only been trying to say that for 5 minutes. And so what I did is I drilled out the adapter so I could get my size bolts in. That part there is done. And yeah, so I just drilled them out, put a 5/16 bolt in instead of the 3/16, and that'll work out perfectly. The last part of the adapter That'll just go straight up. That seats nicely. Use this cheap little stamp steel nut. And then that's all you need to do. Now that's up there forever. I'm actually going to find a 27 mil socket. Just maybe give it a little bit of a tighten. And we'll put on the oil filter. So I got my Wix oil filter. Today's date, always good to know. In case you sell the car or anything like that, I've pre-filled my oil filter. And of course, I got oil all over the filter, so it makes it nice and slippery. I also lubricated the O-ring. Just gonna wipe some of this spillage off. Get a fresh rag. Don't want to over tighten these things, guys. I'm a big fan of hand tightening. And that should be plenty. Now we can lower the car and finish filling it up. Back on the ground. And we're going to be throwing in the Shell Rotella T4 15W40 diesel oil. And this has got flat tappets. So you want zinc, and this has already got the zinc built in. You can add zinc, but I've got 3 cases of this stuff hanging around, so I might as well use it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. The TransDapt is actually in the description with an associate link to the Amazon thing. There's also one for the oil filter. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And that was some nice junk.